What's good, everybody? I got a new thing I'm going to be doing over the next week or so, and that will be I'm going to do a preview for every team in the WNBA. And you know what team I'm going to start with? It is not Indiana. I'm starting with the Chicago Sky. And I'm telling you why I'm starting with the Chicago Sky. Why? Because I've been talking about Angel Reese a bit. But more so because I just watched the podcast and y'all told me to go watch. So I went and I watched. And you know what I watched? I will sit here and say, simply ball dropping, salute to you. You have a very nice podcast. I love your graphic work. I love the style of it. Do I agree with a lot of the opinions? No, I do not. I do not. I agree with some, but a lot of them I do not agree with. I know hoop. You say y'all say you know hoops. I know hoops too. Our eyes just see different things. That's perfectly all right. Keep doing what you're doing. Credit to you. You have a great podcast. Your membership follows you. They take care of you. They subscribe to you. They get you new members, all that good stuff. Super chats, the whole line. I like that. That's a loyal following. That's some dope stuff. But I disagree with a lot of the things that I heard. And one of the main things that I heard, so it's not a response to them, but more so because I heard it. It's in my brain now, and I gotta talk about it because I don't want to forget about it. So this will be a series that I'm doing on WNBA previews, and I'll be doing these over the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to do one every day. If not every day, it'll be every other day. So maybe it lasts a couple, maybe 3.5 weeks. It'll last. We'll see how it goes. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Coming Out the Podcast. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show, aka Rudy the Hammer. Those of you who are new to this channel, please be sure to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. And for those of you who are back in, I appreciate y'all. God bless all y'all. Ride and die. I appreciate that. You are here because you enjoy listening to what I got to say because I bring facts all the damn time. I talk about the realness. And I appreciate y'all. So leave a comment, like the video. Hit that like button, people. Like button, like. It's very, very simple. Let's talk about this. Chicago Sky. The Chicago Sky are going to have a pretty different team this year. And some of the things that I heard over there at Simply Ball Dropping, I just don't agree with. I think the roster sucks. Like, I'm being real. I still think the roster stinks. People are jumping up and down about Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins is a decent player. She is not better than Kennedy Carter by no means whatsoever. She's averaged 14 points a game, 13 points last year, 14.9 this year. I mean, what's her career? Her career numbers. All these things suck when it comes to stats. Her career numbers are 13.4. She averaged 14.9 points on 43.7 shooting, 35.7 from three. Now, she's okay. She's okay. Is she great? No. She's okay. Is she Kelsey Mitchell? No. Is she even Jackie Young? No. Is she Kelsey Plum? No. But people are acting like Ariel Atkins about to walk in this motherfucker and average 20 points a game. That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. She's a good defensive player from what I see. She's been on all defensive team, first team 2022, 4 times in defensive second team, all 2-time All-Star. She won a WNBA championship in 2019 when she was in her second year. She averaged 10.3 points per game that year. So she obviously wasn't the main attraction for that team, that Washington Mystics team. But let's talk about this. So Ariel Atkins is added to this team. Is Ariel Atkins better than Kennedy Carter? The answer is no. Do people think the locker room will be nicer because of her? Maybe. Who knows? It's a possibility. Courtney Vandersloot's added to the team. Courtney Vandersloot's 36 years old. She's old. She's going to run your point. Last year was probably Courtney Vandersloot's worst season. She averaged 6.4 points per game. She was largely not all that effective. And if you think she's going to all of a sudden revert to what she was the year before, hey, that's your opinion. I don't believe that she will go from 10.5 points per game with New York to 6.4 and then jump back up to 10, 11 points per game. I do not believe that because that requires a certain amount of shots. So she's a good player. But do I think she's going to go back to what she was in 22, 23, 2021, 22, 23? Not really. You don't get better as you get older. The same way I don't think DeWanna Bonner is going to have her best season at 37. I think she'll be what she was. But the thing is, she's been consistent. Vandersloot had a major down year last year. Do I think she makes them maybe a little bit better at point than they were last season? Maybe. Not much. Then you look at Rachel Banham. She was part of the trade for Marina Mabry. She's nothing. Michaela Onyenwere re-signed. Same player. Kia Nurse is a 7-point per game scorer. Arella Gurantes, whatever. Rebecca Allen. I've been looking at people going bananas over Rebecca Allen. What? Rebecca Allen averages 6 points a game. Can we take a breath? Mariah Jefferson barely played. Elizabeth Williams. Let's. And then you go and you look at obviously the two big-headed monsters down low, Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. Elizabeth Williams averaged 8 point. I'm sorry, what was it? 10. No. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the runner. Oh, she was even on Chicago. I didn't even know she was on Chicago last year. That's how little she played. She played at the end when everybody was injured. So, yeah, I don't see much there from her. Maybe she'll get some more burn because Isabel Harrison left. But now you have Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. I expect both of them to get better. I expect both of them to be better. I expect Tyler Marsh, the new coach, to get Camila Cardoso more involved and get her the ball more in the post. So I do think there's going to be a strong post presence like there was last year. But this mentality that they have all these great shooters now, where? They had Marina Mabry last year until they traded her. She was the best shooter they got. She's better than any shooter they got in this team right now. She's a better shooter than Ariel Atkins. She's a better shooter than Rebecca Allen. She's a better shooter than Kia Nurse, Onyenwere, Benham, Vandersloot. She's a better shooter than all of them. Kennedy Carter got a dominant mid-range game as a monster finisher around the basket for a guard. Do they have that? Not really. They're going to be heavy on the boards again. I think you'll see Angel Reese with the ball a little bit more in open court. I think you'll see Angel Reese numbers jump up to 19 and 11. And I said that already. I think she will be in the conversation for MVP. I think she'll be a top 5 finisher based on what I'm seeing. The same way I've seen highlights of Camila Cardoso absolutely murking people overseas. If they do what they need to do with Camila Cardoso, I think that they can really be a formidable front line. But do I think that the Chicago Sky are all of a sudden going to go 32 and 12? Hell no. Not a chance. I think a successful year for the Chicago Sky would be a 500 record. That's reality. That is what would be a successful season for that franchise. They were 13 and 27 last year. And before people lose their minds, before you lose your mind, Angel Reese fans, and sit here and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I also heard that they lost their last, whether they were 1-6 or whatever it was without Angel Reese. They were missing pretty much everybody at that point. So they lost their last 5. So they were 13, 12 and 22 when Angel Reese went out. They weren't winning. They were not winning when she got hurt. They were 12 and 22. In fact, if you want to be honest again, because honesty is what the best policy. Remember what your mama taught you? They were 11 and 15. And then they lost. They lost. They lost. They lost. They lost 7 straight games. From 11 and 15 to 11 and 22, Angel Reese was on the court for all of those games. So this attitude of this the narrative that you've now created. By the way, I heard this another phrase in this video, in this podcast I watched. I heard this a lot. Moving the goalposts. I ain't moving goalposts. I have not moved goalposts because I'm the same person that says, yes, I'm watching Unrivaled. I have not moved goalposts. I have said what she's doing in Unrivaled the last 3 games has been very, very impressive. I don't play that game of, oh, she's doing it. It's not impressive. But, oh, I'm talking about Aaliyah Boston looking like trash. And it doesn't matter either. Then no. Aaliyah Boston looked like trash. And that's why I want Indiana to trade her. Angel Reese is looking good. A complete reversal of what we saw early on in Unrivaled, where she could barely get up and down the floor, was still flailing on shots and looked like she hadn't worked at all. And I've also seen the players like Kayla McBride and Alicia Gray and Skylar Diggins and all these other players who I've found to be, players that are doing work and looking good. I think it will all carry over for all of them. I think this. I believe that there's a 3-on-3 component to 5-on-5. Is there's some differences? Absolutely, there's some differences, but basic work is basic work. I don't think the 3-on-3 game is harder per se, because I also heard that said. I don't think it's harder. I think it should be easier to score in that setting because you're a little bit more. There's a lot more one-on-one. A lot less likely to get double teamed because there's not enough players. But the court's also condensed, so it's narrower and shorter. There's all types of things that are going on there. But Angel Reese is doing great right now, and that's why I feel how I feel. I see incremental changes and little things when you're shooting the ball from 3 feet away from the basket make a world of difference. So I think Angel Reese will be better this year. I said it. I think Cardoso will be better this year. I don't think their guard plays that good. I don't think it's all that good. I really don't. Y'all are banking on not much. People who think they're going to be much better are banking on not much. Much better? Considering the fact they were 12-22 when Angel Reese went down. They were 10 under. I heard them. One of them said, K-Sap, you said this, and I'll message you then this. You said they would make the playoffs if she hadn't gotten hurt. Bruh, come on. Come on now. They were 12-22 when she got hurt. So you thought after they lost 7 straight games that they all of a sudden were going to win the next 7? Because that's largely what it might have. Let's see who the playoff teams were again before I make this statement. Standings last year, 15-25 got the playoffs. That was the dream. Chicago finished 13-27. The dream finished their season 3-3. So they won their last 3 games. They were 13-20. They were 12-25. Maybe. At best, they'd be an 8 seed. At best. But I don't think they would have made the playoffs. Not the way they were playing at that point. Even with Angel Reese, I don't think they'd have made the playoffs. That's my opinion. We can agree to disagree. But they wouldn't have been more than an 8 seed. They wouldn't have been. That's what they would have been. If they had made the playoffs, it would have been as an 8 seed. Nothing more than that. Because if you look at their schedule at that point, again, so they were 13-25, and they were 13-20. They were 13-25 as well. They were 13-22, 13-23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And they still had Kennedy Carter. They still had Cardoso. And then the last 2, I think everyone just sat down. But they lost 7 straight with Angel Reese on the floor. And they won the first one when she went out. So it's an opinion. I will tell you this. Even if you think that they would have made the playoffs, that would have made them 15-25. Let's see here, actually. Would they have they lost to Atlanta? Okay, that was 1. They beat them earlier. They beat them twice. They were 2-2 versus Atlanta, actually. So I don't know what the tiebreaker would have been after that, but let's say 15-25 gets them in the playoffs. Let's just say it does. Ask yourself this question. If they go 22-22, wouldn't that be a massive improvement for a team? Yeah, it would. Massive. Humongous improvement. A huge improvement. That's why this whole thought process that they're going to be more than that. Mm-mm. Chicago's 22-22 at best. Best case scenario. I'm thinking more like 20-20, 20-24, 19-20, somewhere between 19-25 and 22-22. That's the range. That would be the range. And that's only because I'm watching Angel Reese right now and I'm seeing a difference in her game. Because if I had not seen a difference in her game, my initial power ranking had Chicago way down. Way down. I did a power ranking a few weeks back. Chicago was shit. Where the hell was Chicago at in my power ranking? Let me pull that up real fast before I jump off this video. I had Chicago at 10. I had Chicago at 10. I don't know that at 10 you go 20-22, 20-24. So I think I'm bumping them a bit because of what I'm seeing injury. Do I think they'll make the playoffs? Possibly as an 8 seed. Yeah, possibly as an 8. I know I heard them say 6. I look at more like an 8. We'll see. But I do not think that they're going to make some go from like 15 and from 13-27 because that was what their record was. If they were to go 20-24, that's a 7-win increase. That's significant. That's significant as hell. Even with 4 more games. But you'll let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But that's the way I see it. And I will continue this series for the next couple of weeks. I hope you enjoy it. This is Rudy's Rant. We talk facts over feelings. Like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, become a member. I appreciate all y'all. Come on now.